There has been an endless debate of how Superman should be presented in the DCU, and today I will be explaining why I believe the DCU Superman needs to be perfect. Hey everyone, welcome back to our movie news. Now there is no denying I have been against most of the decisions James Gunn has made for the upcoming DC universe, and I have always approached my judgments with the same mindset. I'm always going to be open-minded to every decision made, but that doesn't mean I will agree with it, and if I don't agree with it, I will say so. And today's video is about one of the many discussions the DC fandom has been having. The debate is about how should Superman be presented in the DCU. Should he be morally perfect, always doing the right thing and be Superman from the start, or should he make mistakes along the way and learn to become Superman? If you've been here on the channel before, then you know that I loved the DCEU's approach to Superman. Man of Steel is my favourite comic book movie of all time, and I loved the modernised approach to the world's biggest hero, which is why for a long time now I've always liked the idea of Superman learning to become the hero we all know and love, not being the perfect hero from the start and seeing him struggle along the way. Now unfortunately, we never got to see the full story arc of Snyder's Superman due to the studio reacting so quickly, but the plan would have had classic Superman by the end of Justice League 3. I love the idea of Clark learning to be Superman, and a 5-movie character arc would have been great to see. Seeing him struggle along the way made the character a lot more relatable, and seeing him rise above those challenges made him inspiring. So I loved that approach, and so when I heard one half of the fandom wanting Superman to be perfect from the start, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Why would you not want a character arc for Superman? Why would you want him to be that perfect hero from the beginning, with no growth? And I've been debating with other fans that very point for the last couple of weeks, and even then, I didn't hear an answer that was more appealing to me than Clark Kent going on a journey over multiple films to become Superman. For me, that is such a rewarding thing to see as a fan. Seeing my favourite hero go from a kid being bullied to learning his family's heritage and then overcoming challenge after challenge until eventually being the hero we all saw he could become is one of the best character arcs for any character in my opinion. And being the perfect Superman from the start and being great at the job with no lessons being learned sounded boring to me. However, today it was like a switch had gone on in my head. I suddenly realised what those fans were talking about, and I realised it by watching the MCU. More specifically, watching Captain America. Captain America is my favourite Marvel hero by far. I loved that no matter the situation and no matter who was against him, he stuck by his morals and didn't budge. He always fought for what he believed in and did the right thing. Now some may think that is boring, but to me, that is just inspirational. I look to these stories as guidance to do the right thing, which is probably why I don't like Peacemaker. I want my comic book movies to inspire me to be better, and Captain America was the moral anchor of the MCU. He always did the right thing, and that is something I always look up to. Now thinking of the way the MCU presented Captain America, I can start to see why many DC fans want Superman to be presented in a very similar way. In fact, I would really love to see Superman be the moral anchor of the DCU. Let him be that beacon of light in the sky from the very start. What made Captain America so interesting to me was how they created situations that challenged his morals. In Captain America and the Winter Soldier, he had to take down the organization he worked for and believed in because they had been taken over by Hydra. He knew that no matter his personal connection to S.H.I.E.L.D., they were no longer the people he thought they were. They were corrupt and dangerous, and so they had to be destroyed. Have that kind of scenario for Superman and you have a really interesting story. Now my only worry with that is the quality of the writing. I personally don't think James Gunn is a very good writer. I'd happily be proven wrong, but my favourite film from him is Guardians 1, which he had help with for the writing, and I think his work has got progressively worse with each film he has written, and eventually going rock bottom with Peacemaker. But he's already said Superman Legacy won't be like his other projects, and he has had a lot of time to think about this story, so maybe it will be a lot better. I really hope it will, but time will tell. What I do know is that you have to take great care when writing a Superman story. If you're going with the perfect from the start approach, then you have to make sure he's making the right decisions, and you have to really make sure it is emotional. Really challenge him emotionally and morally, because it's a lot harder to do that physically. So if he's written badly, it will come across corny and boring. Having a perfect from the start hero can easily be written badly and will not go down well with audiences if executed poorly. That is my worry for James Gunn's Superman. I am worried for the way he will write him, but I am hopeful. I hope that this film is the best movie he has ever written, and I end up loving the movie, because that is what being a fan is all about. And I know there will be people who instantly accept this take and others who instantly reject it. There are always those people, but I am not one of them. I've always said that I will judge it properly when I see the movie, and I won't have a set mindset going into it. I will be completely open-minded. I will also continue to comment my opinion on the decisions he makes like I have done so already, and I welcome you to do the same. It's always great to get other people's points of view, because if there's a chance to expand our own knowledge or to see another side to the argument, then we should absolutely take that chance. Now, after all I have said, there is one argument I don't think I will ever be able to change my opinion on, and that is the trunks argument. I think a modern day Superman should definitely not have trunks on the outside of his suit. Yes, I know it's a classic look, and yes, I know that some people think it is as important as the S on his chest, but I just don't. I think it looks so silly on a modern day Superman. It looks great in the old movies and the comics, but translating that into a realistic and modern world just wouldn't work. If I saw any superhero wearing trunks on the outside of their costume in the modern day, I would just laugh. When I saw Tyler Hoechlin in the pilot episode of Superman and Lois, I thought it looked really cheesy, and I just couldn't take that part of Superman seriously. The only reason why I actually appreciated it was because it felt like a nice callback to the comics and was a nice little fan service moment, but then was brought back into the modern world. And it works for Christopher Reeve's Superman because of when it was made, but for a modern day Superman, I just don't think it works. Yet again, I'd happily be proven wrong, and maybe there is a design out there that makes it look good, but I haven't seen one yet, and I really hope we don't see Superman with the trunks on the outside of his costume. For me, my ideal Superman in the DCU would be experienced, already established and confident in his abilities. He would need to be hopeful with his words and actions, inspirational, and has already learned how to be Superman, and wearing a high quality modernized Superman suit. Those ingredients to me sounds like a perfect DCU Superman. So make sure to let me know your thoughts on a perfect Superman in the DCU in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon, so until then, have a great day. Bye!